to you.
And welcome to Fangirling, the show where we interview San Diego artists and give respect where respect is due. Every week, we ask a San Diego artist in to tell us about what's going on in their practice, and we make fangirl cards to the people we admire. Juan is finishing up his MFA degree in painting at San Diego State University this year, so congratulations to that.
Thanks.
He works primarily with watercolors, dyes, and ceramics. Juan's work deals with domestic and architectural spaces, finding seeds of authenticity in even the most soulless environments, like empty condos, public restrooms,
apartments,
commercial waiting rooms,
waiting rooms, lobbies, stuff like that.
Today, Juan has chosen to write his fangirl card to Tom Sharpling.
Hey.
Tell us a little about Tom. He's from The Best Show, is his show, or it used to be a show, and why you admire him.
Tom Sharpling, he hosts this radio program called The Best Show. He used to be on New Jersey radio called WFMU, but now it's a podcast. He's been doing it since, he says, like the Clinton administration. He's been doing it for like 20 years.
Wow.
A really, really long time. He's just, he's my hero.
And what is this show about? Like, just pop culture? Or?
It's called The Best Show, but it really is the best show.
But not better than this show.
No, it's not better than this show. But it's close.
Cool.
It's just about everything. He talks about he'll talk about a movie he watched, but he also talks a lot about music. Like he recommends so many cool bands and artists. But he'll also talk about stupid things like getting stuck in line at Carl's Jr. or whatever and complaining about different crap.
Cool.
He's just really funny to listen to.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah. It's just about a lot of stuff. Different stuff.
Okay, cool. Well, he's gonna be very honored to have you make a fangirl card.
And I should say, he's probably best known for doing the voice of Greg on Steven Universe. Yeah.
All you Steven Universe fans out there.
Yeah, especially on YouTube.
And you can choose any color, whatever you want. We have I've cut out hearts. I don't know what color scheme goes the best with him.
Okay.
You can use this stuff too.
Actually, blue.
Okay.
Blue would work the best. He always wears, so this is his uniform. If you notice in all his pictures, he's always wearing the same thing.
Yeah, he has a lot of black polos.
A lot of black and dark blue polos. And he never changes his clothes. That's just what he wears.
Cool, yeah.
A Fred Perry shirt and some pants. But yeah, he's just, I don't know. I don't know why. It's hard to tell people hard to explain what The Best Show is. It's just, you just have to listen to it. And because I'm a painter and you're in a studio for 9 hours a day or whatever, each episode of The Best Show is 3 hours long.
Oh, that is crucial.
Yeah.
That is so crucial.
Yeah.
And it's on just the podcast app or whatever?
Yeah, just go to thebestshow.net or something.
Oh, okay, cool.
And you can listen to it.
Sweet. So to give our viewers a better sense of your work, I wanted to ask you about a piece that was in your last show at the Jackson Gallery.
Okay.
The living room piece.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just like walk them through the process and the thought, like what was behind that particular piece?
Yeah, well, I mean, I make all my work kind of the same way. I started as a very traditional painter. I work very traditionally in watercolor. I started the piece using a family photograph. So it was a picture of my parents' house. I start from there, like I always start with like a photographic reference. And then I just started painting like this photograph of my parents' house. Just painting like all the furniture and like their TV and all the stuff that's in their living room.
But not all of it, because there's like all these absences too.
Yeah. Well, all of my spaces are completely empty of people. Like they're just completely empty spaces. I don't know why, but I just never include people in them. I think I want to just like focus on space, or at least like these domestic spaces, to see like what they say about the people in them. Or, yeah, like what do these spaces communicate when they're like kind of thought of as like non-functional? Yeah, like you think of a space or an apartment or a house that's functional when there are people in it, but when there's nobody in it, like what is it?
It's just like the stains of people.
Yeah, and what does it mean? So like in the process of painting it, like I was just making like a very traditional like representational painting.
Okay.
Just painting in these details, but I started leaving out like negative spaces in the painting. Like there was like a phone in it that I didn't put detail into it. I just kind of left it as a blank space in the image. And I started getting just more interested in the way like, in the way that just the effect that all these negative spaces and all these like areas of non-detail, what they like, the effect that they have like on the space or on like your vision. Like certain things stand out and certain things don't, especially like in a photograph. Like certain things are really dark in detail and other things are really, really bright. And I think I wanted to get that across. Like just the look of like a living room or an apartment like at night with really bad lighting.
Right.
And everything looks just kind of overblown, like shadows are too dark and details are too dark.
Yeah, it's almost like things are appearing and disappearing,
Yeah.
you know? Your show at the Jackson was a triumph.
Oh,
But
okay.
now you have to follow it up with your MFA Thesis Show,
Yeah.
which is at the University Gallery. Can you give, like, what's coming? Can you give us a teaser of what to expect? How's the work changing?
I guess a teaser of what to expect. I've been making like these little boxes. So like these tiny little boxes, like of just really reduced imagery. So usually I focus on architecture. With this one, like with these little boxes, like I'm just focusing on like a floor plan and like the appearance of like this like gridded, tiled floor. Mm-hmm. And that's like the painting. Like I paint like these tiled floors with like a single color, like pink or blue or yellow. Colors that are inspired by like, I don't know, objects.
So very vibrant.
Like really vibrant, like commercial, ugly colors, I think.
Uh-huh.
And over them, I'm like airbrushing like different designs, different made up designs that I guess are supposed to make you think about like language or words or something. I was just thinking about like what logos and graphic design have on my memory. Like I was just kind of like going off of my memory of what these things are. But I've been making these tiny boxes and they're about this big. And what I really want to do is like blow them up, do whatever I'm doing in those things and blow them up to like a larger scale.
Oh, cool.
And try to get like the same effects, like, you know, bigger work, but still with like the same sort of reduced aesthetic. Mm-hmm. So I want to do a series of that.
So the large scale boxes.
Oh, it doesn't smell. What?
Are you trying to sniff glue on this show?
I thought it would have a scent. Okay.
Wow. Okay. So would they be made out of the same material? The huge ones? Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I mean, I always use watercolor paper. I just really love like the feeling and texture of watercolor paper. Like I guess that's what I could call one of my primary mediums. So just like the same thing, like a little box. And when I blow it up, like I'm hoping like I could like focus more on like the texture of the paint, and because of like the increase in scale, like things will look different. Mm-hmm. Like the watercolor look different, or
yeah, it'll be really interesting. So the way you use watercolor is very unique. Sometimes they look like prints. They're so clean. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts about mass production and painting? Because you've mentioned you use photography, you know.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna give an update. That's what I'm doing.
So nice.
My thoughts on mass production, and I mean, I guess I feel like it's kind of a foregone conclusion that as painters, like we always like reference the internet and use photography as reference material. Like I guess I don't really believe in stealing as an artist. Like we all kind of steal different parts of images, or we're all like influenced by different imagery. I mean, we're constantly bombarded by like imagery all the time, and I feel like that's a lot of artists, and maybe what I'm doing partly is like responding to like this bombardment of imagery. But yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of artists who like use screen printing and like mass production techniques. I think what I'm trying to do is maybe do like a commentary on that. Like,
Yeah.
but not in like a negative or in like a positive way. Just in a kind of like a neutral, like this is a thing kind of way.
Right. Because, I mean, the process speaks to it, but then also the subject matter itself. I mean, they're like a lot of times very mass-produced spaces, like condos, whatever, but then they still have a unique, like an authenticity to them.
Yeah.
You know, because they're real or, people have experiences with them.
Well, like, I feel like they can be authentic. Like, just because these spaces are like, you know, like cheap or mass-produced or ubiquitous, like that doesn't mean that they can't be authentic. Like, it's part of your daily experience. It's what you've lived with your entire life. Like, who said that like a really beautiful like early 1900s craftsman house has to be like the only version of authenticity? Like, it can be these horrible, dilapidating dead malls too, I think.
Word. Oh, that's the money shot right there, guys.
Like, I don't proclaim to like know exactly what like authenticity is. Like, I just know that like these buildings they're there, and they have like an effect on my memory, and they've had an effect on my experience, so they must mean something.
Right. Yeah. We know it in our, we know it. Now you're going to show it. What is one of your greatest fears as an artist?
My greatest fears. Oh man. What? I like thought about that the other day actually, and like now I'm like forgetting the answer. Well, maybe one fear. All right. Maybe like one fear that I have as an artist is that like one day I'll like wake up and realize that I'm a total fraud. And like I've been doing this for like reasons that I didn't understand when I started doing it, and then one day I'll wake up and be like, oh crap, why did I start doing this? And now I'm stuck.
Yeah, I've worried that too, that you're just delusional and that one day you're gonna wake up like, whoa.
Yeah, like I should have been like selling boats or something.
Should have been a plumber, man.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I doubt that will happen greatly.
Okay.
But yeah, it's good to know we have similar fears.
Nice. I'm glad that somebody has faith in me. But, yeah, it's a big fear. Just like, and I'm sure like a lot of people have like that. You know, feel that they're a fraud or imposter syndrome. It's kind of universal, but yeah, it's a big fear.
Is there like anything coming up that we should tell people to go do?
Go do?
Yeah,
go
like
listen to the best show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a really good show, and it's hard to explain to people. And I tried to like proselytize, is that the word? About this show as much as I can. But yeah, I don't know how else to say it. Just like go listen to it. And it's not like an intimidating show. Like you can listen to it with your family.
Okay, Juan, let's show the people your fangirl card, fanboy card.
Check it out.
Look at that. Oh, give it to that camera. That one's like, yes, cool.
Zoom in.
Okay, Juan, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thanks, Remy.
If you guys are interested in like checking out more of Juan's work, if this just whet your palate for more of his work, you can see it next April. Next April, kind of late April, but we'll have the link to his socials and his website and all his info in the description, so you can visit his stuff, check that out. And if you want to hear more interviews with San Diego artists, click that subscribe button, and because we'll have more coming each week. So thanks, guys.
Yay.